scam, yabo. And I've never took a single cent out of it.
My sister, former friend, thought Adi was moneyed. Then that's how he landed on her pants.
Sometimes after watching this Real Housewives, I get to ask myself, what's really the essence of this show? Like, I was thinking this show is supposed to like elevate women standing for women. Like, I was thinking that's the essence of the show. But with what I get to see from each franchise of the show, it's as if women are coming against themselves, women are fighting against themselves. And I'm just wondering, why is the show heading towards that direction? Like, the person that's actually surprising me the most this season is Slee. See, Slee, I don't really get what Slee's problem is in this season. Like, last season I was trying to understand her beef with Nonkus, but this season it's something else. Like, there is something going on between Slee and Nonkus that we do not know about. There is this thin line that I think Slee had better tell us what exactly is going on. I'm sorry I've not been giving you a review on the past episodes. I'm very sorry about that, but now I am back. Maybe later on I'm going to give my own review on the past episodes, but for now let's talk about this episode 9. So episode 9 opened up with Sorisha inviting Mabushi and Slee to the house, and then they had that conversation of what happened at Angel's party. Did I actually welcome you to this channel? I'm sorry. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please kindly subscribe, hit the bell button below, and also let me know in the comment section what you think about the Real Housewives of Durban. We're actually in season 4, episode 9. I'm actually guessing that maybe the next episode may actually be the finale of this Real Housewives of Durban. I cannot wait for the reunion. I hope the reunion drops as soon as possible because a whole lot is going on. So as I was saying, the show opened up, or this particular episode opened up with Sorisha inviting Mabushi. Yes, Mabushi is back. I was surprised when I actually saw her. Mabushi is back, inviting Mabushi and Slee to her house. So
What does it say about her as a person?
In my heart of hearts, I feel you may not receive the redemption you want.
This is not the same energy I gave her when she wanted to apologize to me.
Actually talked about what transpired in Angel's event. So Angel's event, so many things actually transpired. Angel was trying to bring these ladies together so that they will all unite, everybody will be in good terms and all that. But at the end of the day, everything actually was a chaos. So Mabushi was trying to apologize to Nonkus, or trying to understand what exactly happened between her and Nonkus, and also trying to understand what happened between her and Jojo, because she and Jojo actually had a business, an unfinished business, and Jojo now got to block her. So while they were having that whole back and forth, and Mabushi now went ahead to actually, she used a racist word on Jojo, which I myself in my head I'm like, I don't get it. Like, we can actually try and disagree without calling each other names. That's one thing I don't really understand with these women. You find out that once they're having this whole back and forth, they actually call themselves names. What is the essence? You call this person names, and at the end of the day you now start regretting it and saying sorry. So we see Mabushi saying, oh, she couldn't sleep for some days, she couldn't eat for some days. In my head I'm like, that's a very big lie. Who are you telling those lies to? Like, how do you say you did not eat, but you were the one that actually used the racist word on Jojo? So she said that she would like to apologize to Jojo. And bear in mind that Sorisha actually reached out to Jojo, trying to explain to Jojo what had transpired, and was asking Jojo if Jojo is ready to accept an apology from Mabushi, which Jojo said no, she's not ready to accept any sort of apology from Mabushi. So they had that whole conversation. After that, we now see Slee going to meet her spiritual leader, and okay, if I do like this, it's not like I'm trying to say anything is wrong with her practice of religion. Everybody's entitled to what they believe and who they believe, how they want to practice and how they want to worship their God. So she went, why I actually did like this is because I'm actually disappointed in Slee. So anything Slee does, in my head I'm like, I'm looking at her like, this girl, is this for a good motive, or do you have any ulterior motive attached to it? So forgive me for that. So we see Slee going to meet her spiritual father, trying to explain to her spiritual father what has been transpiring between her. She talked about her kids. I think she wants to, there's something, she like call it baptism or what? There's something she wants to do to her, for her girl child. That's more like bringing them into her own religion or something like that. So her spiritual leader said no, she cannot do it without the permission of her children's father. So she is going to consult the children's father, and that scene is not even our problem. Then the next thing that we're seeing, Jojo is going to go into business very soon.
I feel like I'm a door-to-door salesperson now.
No, nonsense.
Do you want to buy my product?
You must remember.
Bear in mind that her husband is about to retire. I think he will be retiring in 3 years' time or 4 years' time. I'm not very sure. I can't remember what she said. So she's actually preparing her ways or what's next when her husband retires. Remember, she had a meeting with Sorisha, trying to ask Sorisha, how is Sorisha coping? Bear in mind that these two women actually married to very old men who are, the ladies are still very young, but their husbands are very old. So she went to meet Sorisha, trying to ask Sorisha, how are you coping? Do you actually think about this thing? Like, if your husband gets to retire, what next? So Sorisha kind of advised her and said, you have to start up something. And Jojo is actually an artist. She paints, and her painting is always top notch. But one thing is that with Sorisha, that with Jojo, is that whenever she paints and sells them, she gives them to charity, which is actually a good one. So now her husband is trying to tell her, now it's time to make money out of this. Your painting is good, and with my retirement coming anytime very soon, we need a backup plan. Yes, I know I can take care of you even after retirement, but notwithstanding, let's start making money off this your artwork. And they now had a meeting with one of their consultants, and the consultant is like, okay, no problem. I think George actually showed her some pictures or some paintings, and they were very good to go. I love Jojo's painting. The paintings were very okay, but I don't know, do you think Jojo will be able to work? Like, do you think she'll be able to do that as a side hustle or as a main hustle? I don't see Jojo doing that. I see Jojo all about the soft life, no problem. Like, she doesn't want stress and all that. But at the end of the day, when life actually hits you, it hits you, and then you have to adjust to certain things. Then next thing we're seeing is Nonkus. Nonkus invited Zama to her house, basically to talk about all that transpired, all the voice notes, the whole the last episode was just so dramatic, too much fights, too much drama going on between themselves. In the getaway, they actually getaway, I felt to getaway, or I feel like getaway is a period or is meant for the housewives to actually come together, relax, have fun and all of that. But each time is a getaway, just get ready for a serious fight. There's going to be a very serious fight between the women. So the last getaway was actually a huge mess. So we see Zama and Nonkus actually having a conversation on what transpired, and they actually talked it out, saying, oh, that Slee and Angel went way out of line by what they did. Bear in mind that Angel actually left the resort. She did not stay to the end of the resort. While they were having that conversation, we see Slee also having the same conversation with Angel and Ame. Slee is actually having a conversation with Ame and Angel, trying to tell them, okay, this is what, just more like analyzing everything. So Ame was telling the ladies that she actually went to meet Nonkus, and Nonkus, bear in mind that Nonkus said she had a recording of what transpired during the breakfast between Angel and Nonkus. So Ame was like, she listened to the whole conversation, the whole voice note that she claims is a proof that Angel actually insulted Nonkus. And Ame is like, I did not get anything tangible.
I had absolutely nothing to do with what we were speaking about at the dinner.
Okay.
The witchcraft thing.
Like, there was nothing tangible from what she said, from the voice notes. Everything there was just blank. Like, it made no sort of sense. And then both ladies actually laughed it out. Zama and Nonkus on the other end were actually talking about what had transpired as well, saying, oh, the Angel is lying, and it's good now that they get to know who Angel is for who she is. So they were having just that conversation intermittently. So Ame is supposed to host the ladies to an event in this particular episode, but we realize that this group has actually been divided into two. Now we have the Joku group, and then we have the Sorisha and Nonkus, and we have the Sorisha and the Slee group. Sorisha and Slee group, they've not really named themselves, but for the Joku group, we have Jojo, we have Nonkus, we have Maria, and then we have Zama. Then for the Sorisha and Slee group, we have Sorisha, we have Slee, we have Angel, and then we have Ame. So Ame has invited the ladies, but she did not invite Zama, she did not invite Maria to this event because of the altercation they had previously. Now the event is here. Sorisha arrives first. after wasting so much time, we now see Slee arriving. The other ladies, the Joku group, actually in Nonkus house having their own kind of fun. And when they were having this, they actually came with Neil, actually came for this whole fun that they're having, and then they get to start discussing about what transpired. Maria is actually trying to tell Neil what had transpired during the getaway, saying, oh, that the ladies actually said some negative things regarding her and the sexuality of Neil. So yeah, that conversation, it's actually very delicate for me, because I don't know, I don't like me talking about people's sexuality, so it's actually very difficult for me to actually review that, because one, I wasn't there, two, I don't like talking about people's sexuality. It's a very delicate topic for me, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So they were having that whole conversation, and these other ladies were actually having their own dinner, and that dinner, I don't even know how it went, because there wasn't so much happening there. They were just having conversations that we didn't even having any conversations. Nothing serious happened. We just saw Ame giving the ladies their packages and all of that. Then, on the other hand, if I was the one, I would rather prefer to be in Nonkus side of the party than being in Ame's side of the party. That is just the honest truth, because it seems to be more fun with Ame, with Nonkus side of the whole party. So the ladies had fun. They talked about what had transpired during the getaway. They were just trying to fill Neil in on what had transpired. Each of the ladies actually explained to Neil what had transpired. You see Slee inviting Maria to come to have a conversation based on their whole friendship. Bear in mind that last season we saw Maria actually standing up for Slee. Maria was actually against Jojo and Nonku last season, but this season we are seeing Maria actually going against Slee now, because when that whole conversation of Neil's sexuality with Maria came up on the table, we could see that Slee was not quick to shut it down. Rather, we could hear her voice at the topmost part, trying to chip in one or two words in regards to Maria, in regards to Neil. And bear in mind that Maria is married, Maria has a child, social media, and all of that. So Maria was actually very disappointed that Slee could not stand up for her. Slee could not say a word, rather that Slee's voice was actually the highest or the topmost when they were having that conversation. So Maria was actually very disappointed, like, she's someone I stood by last season, and now this season she's actually coming against me. It makes no sense at all. So that whole conversation, where their relationship stands at this point in time, we can't really tell. I can't really tell, but I don't think the relationship will actually go back to the way it was, because as I said before, the women have been divided into two groups. So I don't see Slee, I don't see Maria coming now to form an alliance with Slee anymore, because Slee's behavior of late has been funny, kind of like there's certain things Slee has done this season. In my head, I'm like, Slee, no, I don't think that's actually the right way to go about it. I know all the ladies have actually done one or two things that when you look at them, you're wondering, but you should be matured. You should be matured enough to know that you should do this kind of things. So I'm not going to say, okay, Slee has been the worst off. No, I won't say Slee has been the worst off. But for this particular episode, like, Slee is the worst of. If we're supposed to say, okay, who did the most and or the worst in this particular episode, I would say it is Slee. Now look at why I say it is Slee. Because of the whole altercation, because Slee has seen that, okay, she might not have anything to hold on to Nonku. I don't know why they're actually hating themselves, or why Slee is going this extent to hate Nonku, because it's not making any sort of sense. What exactly is her relationship with RD? Like, why are you going to meet RD? Bear in mind that last season we actually came out and said no to RD. We came out, we bashed Nonku, saying why would Nonku actually go and date a guy as RD, because we already know that there was, or should I say we already know, we had proofs that RD was actually an ex-convict. Should I say ex-convict? I can't really remember whether he was an ex-convict, but he had something to do with police and all of that. So we actually came out for Nonkus. Why would Nonku expose her girls to this whole situation? Now, why exactly is Slee going to ask or clarify from RD? Like, what exactly do you want from RD? You're just trying to get proof so that when you go out for maybe for the next hangout, you now bring out proofs. You now bring out, okay, this is what RD said. RD, be in mind that Nonku is actually saying that is RD that actually stole from her. But now that Slee has gone to meet RD is saying on the other hand that he doesn't even know what transpired between the two of them. All of a sudden, Nonkus stopped calling.
I'm scared, and I've never took a single cent out of it.
There's definitely a situation there, and RD is an scapegoat. Is RD going to share that with me?
And then Slee, on the other hand, is now saying that, oh, maybe Nonko thought that RD had the money to give, and only coming into the relationship, she now realized that there is no money, and that's how she now backed out of the whole relationship. So that whole thing, imagine, I'm now wondering, what exactly do you want to get from RD? Like, you just want to hear, oh, Nonko did this, Nonko did that. It made no sense at all. Like, it made no sort of sense at all why Slee will actually go and meet RD. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this whole RD, Nonko, and Slee situation, because it makes no sort of sense at all if you ask me.
She quickly realized that RD was just a once-off baller, then she was out.
For the other ladies, I'm really tired of their whole back and forth. Angel, I don't think I saw Angel in this episode. She said she had family emergency and had to attend to it, so we didn't really see much of Angel. So let me know what you think about this review, or about what had transpired in this episode. If you want me to do like an analysis of what had transpired from episode 1 down to episode 8, I think this the last one is actually episode 9. Let me know in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video. If you're not subscribed, please kindly subscribe and hit the bell button. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your comments in the comment section. Bye.